What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new on this channel, we explore tips, strategies, and experiences that I have had that will help you start and build up your Amazon FBA wholesale business. In this video, I know you guys don't see the whiteboard behind me. It's actually right above me right now as I'm recording this. In this video, we are going to dive deep into part two of sourcing suppliers. So we are going to go through step by step how I actually source wholesale companies, and I'm actually going to get together a mock list of companies that I would reach out to. So I'm going to show this in detail, guys. This is what I do, and it's how I do it. We're going to jump over to the screen share. Before we get into it, I just want to remind you guys about the Facebook group that we just launched. So I'm going to leave a link for that in the description below of this video. We just launched that Facebook group. It's gaining a decent amount of members so far, so I'm really excited about that. Also, once again, thank you guys for helping me reach 400 subscribers. I really appreciate it, and we will most definitely be doing some more giveaways in the future. So without further ado, if you guys do enjoy these videos, leave a comment down below, because I'm actually thinking about doing a live screen share like this on a weekly basis. So let me know in the comments section on what you guys think about that. And depending on how much engagement I get, we can actually jump on once a week and do a live sourcing for you guys to help you gain more clarity and understanding of sourcing companies. And again, guys, the whole process starts with sourcing companies. You then reach out to the companies and then you close the account. But we have to make sure that we are, we are reaching out to the right companies. And how do we know we're doing that? We're utilizing key sourcing methods that we will cover in this video. So I'm going to start with reverse sourcing, dive a little bit deeper with storefront stalking. So let's jump right into it here. And right now I'm on Amazon, and I will be toggling between two different tabs. One of them is Amazon. The other one is a generic spreadsheet for a wholesale supplier tracker. It's going to have, we're going to jot down the product, the ASIN, the contact info, and maybe a note or two about it. And my goal is to get you guys a list of like 10 to 15 products at the end of this video. Not necessarily to give you leads to call. You can call them if you want, but chances are if a ton of people are calling them, you're not going to get a wholesale account with the company. There's thousands upon thousands of brands out there. So don't limit yourself and focus and think that, 15 companies is, I have to reach out to 15 companies. This is for a mock demonstration to help you guys understand on what the process looks like. So we're going to dive into it. So I'm going to start in a category. I'm going to pick a category based on what Amazon is showing me here. So let's scroll through here. So we have home, garden, and tools, pet supplies, toy. You know what? Let's do toys, because it's Q4. It might be a little late in the game for that to order toys now, but it is Q4, so because we're in the season, we will dive into it. And so then it'll narrow it down a little bit more, because this broader category is toys, kids, and baby. So we'll dive deeper with toys and games. And then you can shop by age, and it'll give you, their best sellers. Guys, I went through this in part one of sourcing. These top page products are very, very high sellers, very well-known brands that you're probably not going to be buying direct wholesale from. Maybe you can get a distributor, probably not going to be too profitable if you're buying from a distributor. from these huge brands. A lot of them sell direct to Amazon. So these front page brands are more for like retail arbitrage and finding that gap in the market, maybe buying from Walmart, flipping them on Amazon. If we're looking to wholesale products, we have to focus our efforts on smaller to mid-sized companies, because those are the companies that we are going to gain account closure with. And that's where you're going to see the most profit, is reaching out to those brands directly. So let's just scroll down through here. Right now I'm going to look on the left-hand category, and I'm going to go and just choose something here. And I'm looking for something maybe a little bit more niche. So like hobbies I'm seeing right now, that seems like a niche type category. And then they give you can shop by more subcategories. So again, we're not just looking at the front page of toys. We're going to one category. We're going to go to the next category. Now let's try models. So we're going to go to models and kits. And now we get a list of products, and still there's 10,000 results. So just because we might be in a niche category, there are probably huge brands in this category. So that's something that we have to consider. Again, the front page products are probably not going to be what we want to take a look at. So let's just scroll. And guys, what am I looking for when I'm scrolling? Generally speaking, I'm looking for the my preliminary screening process, which is the price point is above, $18. I like to keep it above 18. Some people go 20. Some people might go a little bit lower. I might go a little bit lower if the sales are really good. So that's one thing we have to keep in mind. If product sells super fast, then we can adjust our top line sales amount, because we're making up for it with that velocity. So let's just scroll through here. Some of this stuff looks kind of cool. This Big Ben, and I'm just going to open a few of these in a new tab. And some of this stuff would make for a really good Christmas gift. Again, just got kind of screening, like Bandai. It's just a big brand. Like, I'm not going to look at that. I'm looking more for off-label brands, not huge companies. And I don't have it on right now, but there's a plugin that you can utilize to see, before you click on the actual listing, how many sellers are on that product. And if Amazon's on it, so that's a tool you can use. So I'm just scrolling here, and feel free to fast forward the video if you want to. It's got a solid reviews. So why am I not clicking on, let's walk through my process here a little bit. Why am I not clicking on this? Well, Transformers, that's a big brand. I'll click on this one. I haven't heard of it. Click on this one too. Oh, well, that's John Deere. Oops. Might keep it. Yeah, it is going to load it. I didn't mean to click on that. We're going to actually open this in a new tab. Scrolling through Transformers, guys, see, like, these are huge brands. Harley Davidson by Maisto, big brand. National Geographic. These are all like, household brands. There was another one of these that I wanted to open, this Fascinations. You guys might have heard of this one. I think I have. But see, this is price points below 18, but it's a preliminary process, so I'm still opening stuff up here. Let's do one more page, then we'll look at some of the products. This Fascinations seems to be pretty popular. Tamiya, I don't know what that is. My computer is making a loud sound, so it's making like a humming sound. Hopefully it doesn't blow up on me. So hopefully you guys can still hear me. We're gonna talk over this humming sound. Let's do this. Let's just jump right into it. So DOVOB, and I see that there's 4 sellers on it. And I'm looking at the Keepa. It's got a crazy good sales rank. The Keepa is really steady, except they run out of stock. Oops. And there's, how do I know they run out of stock? Because I'm looking in this 3rd box down here, and I'm seeing that as I scroll across it, there's 1 offer, but sometimes they run out of stock on it. So that would mean, and this, it makes sense, the sales rank up here, it gets worse and worse because they're not selling, therefore the rank is getting worse, and the listing is moving down in Amazon's charts. Then someone gets on it, boom, sells again. This is not of interest to me because it's showing 1 offer count, although there are 4 here. Let's see, they're probably used. Yes, they are. They're all used from Amazon Warehouse. So this is what we call a private label shop. It's a private label product, and perhaps this is either the company or maybe it's a 3rd party that handles their Amazon platform. So it's a #1 bestseller in architecture model kits. I don't expect to get anything with them, being that they don't sell to anyone. So that's not going to be worth pursuing. So I'm just going to X that out. Cubic Fun, another #1 bestseller. But again, what do we notice? Before I even scroll down to Keepa to look at the sales, I can see over here that it's sold by Cubic Fun 3D Puzzle, and that's the name of the company, and there's nobody else selling it. So if there were other people selling it, I would still pursue further, but there's no others. So that's no good. I'm not interested in that. Fascinations. Let's see. All right, so we got 9 people on this. Keep is pretty good. Looks like it does a little bit better during the holiday season, right here, because it starts staggering more. It's climbing down a little bit. Sales ranks going down, and then the rest of the year kind of looks. It got better during like April, right around quarantine time. Makes sense. People were staying at home and doing models. See, I use the Keepa and I put like a story together, and that helps me make proper buying decisions, informed buying decisions, so that I know where I'm allocating my money, and I know that what I'm investing in is in fact a good investment. And we utilize Keepa to do that. So there's also a steady price right at $20.95. This tells me that there's something called MAP pricing that is mandated by the company, and that means that there's no seller on Amazon that can sell the product for less than $20.95, and if they do, they will be cut off. So that's something to consider, MAP pricing. We'll make a video about MAP pricing at some point in the future, some of the pros and cons and details of it. Drop a comment down below if you guys want to see a video about that, more on MAP pricing. There's a ton of info we can cover on that. So, all right, at face value, this doesn't look bad. So we can put this product on our list. So what I'll do now is, because the Keepa checked out, the price point is above $18. It's got 304 ratings. That's pretty good. Stable price. Offers are only 9, not bad at all. Everything pretty much checks out. Amazon's not on the listing. So let's put this. Actually, one more thing we want to check on is data, and then we want to look at the buy box statistics of the product, because guys, this issue of the buy box not rotating is affecting a lot of sellers right now, and we want to make sure what we're investing in is rotating amongst amongst all the sellers, but maybe not equally right now, but rotating a little bit more than, some listings that are not rotating at all. And this looks like it's not rotating. How do I know that? Because I see one seller here has a buy box percentage of 100% in the past 30 days. I go to 90 and 180, they keep it most of the time, but it looks like they have it over the past month 100% of the time. That means no other seller is getting the buy box. And this is key, guys, in terms of making decisions right now with this buy box issue going on, is looking at this. But also, I take it a step further and I actually dive deeper. And I'll click here. I'm gonna travel to the left hand corner. I click here, and because Keepa adds the stock, I will actually monitor the stock of each of these sellers. I'll create a whole spreadsheet with each of the sellers' names, and I'll monitor their stock over the period of like a week or two and see, okay, is this seller selling inventory? Is this seller selling inventory? Is this seller selling inventory? And so on and so forth. Sometimes their stock goes up. That might be because their product is an FC transfer. It's meaning it's transferring from one fulfillment center to another, or maybe they just sent in more units. So that's how I mitigate risk on the buy box issue. So for this product, we're seeing that the buy box is not really rotating. For demonstration purposes, I just want to jot down the fascinations. So you might have to type in, because fascinations is kind of a broad keyword that can mean anything. So let's type fascinations model kit. And what are we doing here? We are finding the company so that we can put it into our spreadsheet, input contact info, and then reach out to them the following day or the same day. If you're during business hours, of course, because you want to be calling ideally during business hours. So here we are, I'm looking for the company website, fascinations, and here it is right off the bat. And I'm looking for look, they have a retailer sign up and login. We're not there yet. I'm looking for, a contact information, something like that at the bottom here. So they don't have a phone number, but they give us this option to contact them. I'm a consumer, I'm a retailer, we are a retailer. And here we go. It gives us a reseller app. It gives us their phone number. So let's jot this information down. And why not maybe take the email address down. Get rid of that. We'll put this here. Oops. Make that the same font. And then if we clicked on reseller application, we get it, but look what's in red, guys. Please note, Fascinations is not accepting new resellers on the Amazon platform at this time. By checking this box, I understand that my storefront will not be able to sell Fascinations on Amazon.com. This is extremely blunt and straightforward. Guys, in the application, they are telling you no Amazon. This is probably not going to be worth our time. It's definitely not. I mean, I wouldn't pursue it because they're not going to allow sales on Amazon. So we can just go ahead and take that out. We're not bothering there. And just probably abandon that process because, if they're not accepting Amazon sellers and they're broadcasting that on their website in their application, chances are they're not going to be a convincible company, even if you get them on the phone. So we're going to jump back here, and a lot of the times what I see is that the process ends there and then people X this button. That is a mistake because there is more opportunity that we can do, and we can dive deeper with the storefront stalking method. And I'll show you guys how to do that. So click on the sellers. We have this guy who's controlling the buy box. We're going to open his store or her store. PTC store, open it up. Knockout novelties. So that's probably a category specific storefront. Novelties, that name gives off an idea that they're probably category specific, niche specific. I want a storefront that is more generic, because a lot of these niche storefronts might be brick and mortar shops selling on Amazon, or maybe they're third-party websites. Not third-party, I meant to say private websites, like maybe Knockout Novelties is a private website and the company allows them to sell on Amazon because they have a private website. This also looks like a similar situation. This also looks like a similar situation. Peppercorn, I guess that's not peppercorn dressing. That does not sound like a niche specific storefront, so we'll open them up. Let's open this one up, and that looks about it. So because we determined that this listing, we can't sell this brand, we're going to just close that out, and now Storefront Stock. I'll jump onto the products of the company, and we just jump right through. And we're scrolling through here. So let's see, guys. So screening, same type of screening criteria. Happy Baby Organic Teethers. All right, let's open it up. Pez, huge brand, not interested. This is a big brand. Harney and Sons, decent sized brand, but let's check it out. Let's see what they have got. Innova disc golf starter set. Open it up. This is, maybe you can get that from a distributor, but I'm not going to bother with that big brand. This looks, oops, I did not mean to do that. Trying to open these up in new tabs. Computer is going to blow up again, so bear with me, guys, if you're hearing the sound that I'm hearing. This looks kind of cool. So you see these types of storefronts, like it's looking like these are more niche products. And I know that because they're not brands and names that I've heard of on an everyday basis. Some of them are, but not all of them. Like David, huge brand. We've all heard of those sunflower seeds. They're in every gas station. They're in every grocery store. So obviously not a brand like that, but maybe a brand like Sculpey that we had opened. Seems like this seller sells a lot of the same products for these different brands. So that's good for this one. So now we will go to the products. But keep in mind, guys, when you open it up like that, you're only going to get the product listing of that seller's storefront. So what we have to do is we have to pull everything off we have to pull everything off this link subsequent to that ASIN. So right after the ASIN number, which starts with B0 and ends in something unique, we have to pull everything off that to the right and then re-enter it so that we can get the actual product listing with all of the sellers on it. And I'm seeing that, here we go, keep a graph, decent amount of sellers, 15 sellers, not bad. So product sells pretty well. The price is relatively stable. It's maybe I would like it to be a little bit more stable, but it's not bad. The product does sell. I'll hover over statistics and I'll look at the average 180-day rank. which is 3,200. Average 90-day rank is 5,400. We have to consider that they were out of stock here for quite a bit of time, which is hurting the sales rank and skewing the data, meaning the product sells actually better than it's showing. So it's looking like the average rank, let's play conservative. Let's say it's 3,000, the sales rank, even though it looks like it's lower than that. What I'll like to do, and I'll quickly run through this, is that 3,000 in baby products in the United States, that's the country that I am in. You can do this for every country that Amazon, I almost said that Canada, you can do this for any country that Amazon allows you to sell in. So baby, 3,000 rank, that's pretty good. 1,320 sales a month on average, about, it's an estimate, Jungle Scout's estimate. And then we could divide that amongst all the sellers. But before we do all of that, right now we looked for a product that A, was above $18. This is not, but we're still pursuing it because the sales are pretty good. The sales ranks are below like the 10,000 mark. If it's in the 4 digits, I will definitely entertain it. The reviews are great. It's got 1,000 ratings, 4.5 stars. So what we'll do is we'll just find the company now. And what's the name is Happy Family Store. happyfamilystore.net. I think this is them. This looks like them. Yep, it's the same logo. So now what are we looking for? We're looking for contact. Well, they gave their phone number. So they're in New York. 855-64-HAPPY. All right. And we got to put the brand Happy Family Store. ASIN. I'm grabbing that from here. And notes. So, well, we have an email here. Are you a parent? No. Want to partner with us? Yep, that's what we would be interested in for retailers. So we could email this link as well. We could also fill out an inquiry and call it a retailer inquiry because that's what it is. I do have my template for wholesale inquiries and emails. That's actually in my first sourcing suppliers video. So if you guys haven't seen that video, I'm going to link it above. Make sure you guys check that video out. That's the kind of the first part of this. I recorded it a while ago. And that contains the info about reaching out to each company through website inquiry, through email inquiry, and as well as my template. So check that video out, guys, if you want to see more on that. So for now, we'll just put the phone number, and I really don't have any notes on this company. So there you go. It's our first phone number. So now let's jump to the next thing. So one thing, like I said earlier, that people don't do, or that they do to a fault, is they X this out, but we're not going to do that. We're going to look at the other storefronts on the listing prior to Xing it out. So, I mean, this looks like a bunch of storefronts here that we could go through. So that's one thing, guys, you got to keep in mind is I'm just going to open, one, the guy who has the buy box, and just see. You see how much of a rabbit hole this can be? There's so much opportunity, and we can just keep digging and digging and diving deeper. I mean, these look like really big brands, but so maybe it wasn't that storefront that we wanted. Maybe it was a different storefront. So let's look at this. And we'll go to products. Decent sized brands, but I'm sure we could find some stuff in here that is niche and profitable, guys. So that's what it takes, is just going through and sifting over and over again. It's a rabbit hole that never ends. So guys, there's thousands upon thousands of products on Amazon. I cannot say that enough. And don't limit yourself based on front page products. Dive deep. It might take a few hours. It might take a little while to get your network of storefronts, your network of products. But the more you dig deeper, the more products you're going to find. It's just unbelievable. So we'll jump out of here for a minute and let's go back to the products we were looking at before. Again, I'll look at the keep 4 offers, not bad. So in order to see the other sellers that are on the listing, I have to trim that link off, up everything to the right of my ASIN number. Let's search that up. And I got 4 sellers on the listing. That's a nice solid amount of sellers. So that's pretty good. Clearly they have map pricing. Price doesn't move. Product does really well during Q4, man. That would have been nice to have this thing for Christmas. Product goes into a triple-digit rank in grocery. Sometimes I play around and I'm like, all right, let's say it's a 600 rank for the month of December in grocery. How many sales will we get at a 600 rank in grocery? Where are we? Here. Man, that's awesome. Look at that, like 7,000 sales. So like you take 7,000, divide that by 4. Sorry, I'm wrong. Divide that by 4 or 5 people on the listing, which really doesn't go over 4. I mean, you're getting a healthy amount of sales per month. So we'll look at the sellers here. Again, we can go through these storefronts. And so on and so forth. And as you guys get more product in your inventory, it's a smart idea to source your competitors' storefronts, because if you're selling profitable product and your competitors on the same listings are selling profitable product, chances are they are selling more profitable product. So you might want to go through and find more. So we'll record this info down. It's Harney and Sons store. Harney and Sons store. This is the website. And we're looking for a phone number, which I see is at the top here. Let's see if we can, yep, that's a 1-800 number. This one down here, it looks like a site number. So like that's the an actual place it's putting me through. So I would definitely, it looks like it's actually a retail store in New York. Maybe I wouldn't want to be put through to the retail store. Here's wholesale. So inquiries, looking to buy Harney and Sons tea. So I can record this phone number down. Harney and Sons. And the reason why I put an ASIN number is because when I call the company, I have something to reference when I call them. So I can just take this and copy and paste it into Amazon, or you could even put the link to the listing in this column. And when I call the company, I have the listing in front of me ready to go and ready to communicate certain points with them, so you know what you're talking about. So let's see if there's any other info on the site. We can fill out a form here, send out the application. So maybe we want to do that. If the company has this readily available on their website, a lot of the times when you call them, they're just going to direct you to their form on the website if it's readily available. Not all are. So if it is, we could fill this out with all your information and take it from there. But right now, I just want to record some companies and phone numbers down. And again, I said 15 in the beginning. It might have been a little ambitious. I don't want to make this video too long for you guys. I want you to get the gist of it and get a good idea for how we do it without being overbearing or having an extremely long video. And so let's get a few more though. So again, we can go through the storefronts on here. So I'll just utilize an example. We'll open up. Let's open up this store, and we can take a look at products in this store. Interesting, a lot of foreign grocery items, Japanese. And you can see the brands on the left-hand side that the company sells. That's interesting. Maybe they're international or something, or buying from an international distributor. Well, heavy on the grocery, so definitely could be opportunity there. Being that quarantine and everything that's happened, a lot of people shifted their buying online, and that's one thing I spoke about in a few videos of mine, is that a lot of people now are buying their essential items on Amazon. So an opportunity we want to keep in mind there. So this one, before we even get into it, there's only one seller on it. That's no good. It's probably a private label product. We'll just exit out. Here, there's a few offers, 6 goes up and down. So throw that off. Make sure I get everything off until the ASIN number, and I'll search for it. So we're on here. Again, 4 sellers on the listing. That's pretty good. It's a low amount of sellers. Price is very stable, $36.99, $35.99. Decent amount of offers. Not bad at all. Sales is good. Rank is below 10,000 in arts and crafts. Arts is a smaller category, but the sales rank is still good. We're still going to get a solid chunk of sales with this rank. So I see no reason to not put this company on our list. The price point is really good. It's $38.99. Reviews are very good. Excellent, actually. It's got almost 5 stars. So we'll try this. It's called Skull P. Boom, there's the website. Let's find a contact form or something. Contact us. I'm just scanning here. So yeah, we'll put this in to become a distributor. Here's the link. Guys, a lot of these companies, they make it easy to do. We can click here to become a distributor. I like to grab a phone number if they have one, so that I have that option. But it's looking like they don't. So if we clicked here, if you'd like to become a distributor, they give you criteria, initial order. So here we go, guys, look at this. This is another point that I discussed, is how much money does it take to start in Amazon FBA wholesale? If you guys haven't seen that video, I'm going to link it above here, somewhere around here. So look for it. If you guys haven't seen that video, make sure you check it out, that I made. It's on how much money do you actually need to get started in wholesale. And everybody says, you need a ton of money to start, you need a warehouse, you need these different things. But guys, all you need for this company is 500 bucks. And you got to order 250 on the restock order. And you only have to order $5,000 or more per year. So there are companies out there that have very low MOQs. So we're on this site, and now I will just put in the phone number here. Yeah, these look like actually distributors here, but So if you can meet these requirements, please email this email. So I would copy and paste that email, and I would put it in our sheet here. You know, so let's just grab that ASIN number. There's a brand name. Maybe I'll call it, Sculpey. That's kind of tells me it's like a sculpture type product. And then I'd put the email there. So I'm not going to do it right now. This is someone's email. I'm not going to copy and paste it in there. But point is, we would have an email here, and we would say email company, no phone listed. So we email the company inquiry and take it from there. And then depending on who we're talking with, maybe we can follow up with a phone call depending on what we hear back from them. So X out of there, on to the next one. And guys, look, we're on this listing now. Go to these storefronts. It never ends, guys. There's just so many millions of products out there with opportunity. It's just about finding them. And doing the research. So this is kind of a small storefront. Looks like a distributor. Probably not the best. So I'll just close out of this for to be a little bit more organized here. This one looks good. No, it doesn't. Only one seller on it. Not interested. Exit out. Products on this storefront. We can go through here. So these are big brands. Let's open that. It looks interesting. Playmobil is a really big brand. Go to the next page. Here's this Fascinations again. They sell a lot of toys and kids items, this storefront. Interesting. As toys can do really well during Q4. Most people don't realize the caliber that toys have during the holiday season. Toys that don't sell at all throughout the rest of the year might do extremely well for the holiday time. So one thing we want to keep in mind. Again, as I'm talking, I'm just kind of going through this here. I didn't open that one in a new tab. I accidentally clicked on it, but we still might be able to do something with it. Clementoni. This is a puzzle kit, 1,500 pieces. That's a cool looking puzzle. So everything checks out. I mean, the sales aren't terrible. The price could be a little bit more stable. The sellers are a little up and down, but definitely worth reaching out to because the price is, decently stable. It's not all over the place, but it's not in a straight line. So I see no reason to not reach out to this company and no reason to not source the rest of these storefronts on the listing. So that's really important. That's like the most important step in this process is continuing to source the storefronts on the product listings that you sell. And as you guys get good at this, you can actually outsource that task. So if you have a group of 10 different storefronts with say 100 different products in each of those storefronts, that's going to take up a ton of your time. So you can hire a virtual assistant and outsource that task of sourcing storefronts, and then utilize that time that you freed up to make phone calls and work on larger areas of your business that are just working on your business as opposed to working doing the nitty-gritty stuff and the stuff that you can replicate and teach someone else. So you could even teach someone else to make phone calls. Oftentimes, depending on how big the business is, most people do. And that's, once you get to that point, you should. As much as you can possibly outsource, you should outsource. That is the name of the game, guys, is that's how you grow a business and scale. So I see no reason to not reach out. So I'm just gonna put in the company name. That's a unique name. So that should give me it on that search. Boom, here it is. Looks like a pretty decent sized company. Oh, I just gotta accept their cookies. Contact down here. Website's all glitchy. So, all right, so I don't see a phone number on here. They might be out of the country, like outside of, oh yeah, London. It looks like, yeah, they're outside of the country, so I can just send an email here. And I'd make a note like send email foreign company. So I would, oops, copy and paste our name here and our ASIN number. Yeah, and I'm going to close those out for demonstration purposes, just to make it a little bit clearer. But don't close all those tabs out, because we want to source more storefronts in those tabs. And then I'll just grab the ASIN, or you could grab the whole link if you want and put it in here. So that's 5 companies. Damn. And I mean, I don't even know how long it's been. It's been a little while because I've been explaining some things, but once you're doing this, you can get, 50 different companies, 100 different companies in a pretty quick period of time if you're doing it over and over and rapidly. We want to make it a goal to, call a minimum of 10 companies per day. And this is going to be based on your schedule. Do you have another job? It's tough to make phone calls if you work, like a 9-to-5 job, because you want to be making phone calls during business hours. But you can hit the West Coast companies after you get out of work. You could also hit companies on your lunch shift. So guys, it is possible. It's just if you put in the work and make time. I did it with a 9-to-5. You can get it done, and you can scale it. It might be a little bit more difficult. So that's the process. I mean, maybe we can get one more, because we opened up a couple here. Yeah, there's some sellers on this. So great sales rank in toys. I mean, this is just awesome. It's under 20,000. I don't know why it jumped up there. Sometimes there's a little hiccup in the system. It's only been listed for less than a year, so might be some opportunity here with the company. X out of there, search. Again, we have 12 different storefronts that we can go through. Like, look at that, another 12 that we can go through. But we can get this company, and just quickly look at the sales. It's great rank, under 20,000 in toys, and toys and games is a big category, guys. So that's a great rank, under 20,000 in toys and games. And not a ton of people on the listing. 12 offers. I think only looks like only 8, 9, or 10 are competitive. Keep in mind there are 3 different variations. So if I clicked on each of them, this one is showing that it does not sell this gift set, so that I wouldn't be interested in. This plush, that's the one oh no, that's not the one. So just this one does well also, and this one does well also. And the gift set, it doesn't show a history, but it might do well during Q4. So something to keep in mind. I'll reach out to the company. Aurora, that is a broad name. So Aurora plush. Let's do plush store. Let's see what comes up. AuroraGift.com. That's got to be it. So this looks like the storefront, or the storefront looks like the company. So sometimes you might accidentally go to a distributor's page, which is okay. But I like to go direct to brand. So if I contact them, here's a business phone. Aurora Plush. I'll put the ASIN. And ASIN is to reference it when I'm talking to the company. Here's an email if I wanted it. They have a toll free. You can send a website inquiry. So guys, there's a million and one ways to do this. Some are better than others. Some are more efficient than others. Personally, I think calling is the most bang for your buck. I know a few people who send emails first as screening criteria, just to screen out companies and save time. This is a great approach also. And then they follow up with a phone call, depending on what the email response says. Great method. One way or another, I do recommend getting on the phone in some fashion, whether it's as a follow-up, whether it's right off the bat. A phone call is not going to be required for every company, but it's in order to succeed and get those accounts that are really coveted, you have to get on the phone and call. There's a bunch of reasons for phone calls that I advocate for it, but I mean, for one, on the phone, you can hear someone's tonality, you can hear their tone of voice, and just get an idea of what their attitude towards Amazon is, and you can formulate your argument there, identify their pain points, and match them with your value propositions, and hopefully convince that person on the other end of the phone to grant you a wholesale account. Maybe you don't, maybe the conversation goes well, but it ends with a positive, and you say, hey, we'll reach out in 3 or 4 months. So a lot of good can come from the phone calls, guys. So that's it for this video. I know I said I would get like 15. I don't want to bore you guys to death with the process, because I think that even just these 6 companies gave you a nice example of how the process works. If you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos like this, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and drop a comment down below. Again, I'm considering doing some type of a weekly sourcing video like this, where we get together 5 to 10 companies and just go through that process and explain the thought process for how we're analyzing one product, what makes us reach out to another company. So smash that like button, drop a comment if you guys want to see that video. I'm leaving a link for the Facebook group in the description below. I'm just going to stop this screen share. So that's it, guys. I hope that helped you understand a little bit more about the sourcing process. Again, this was part 2 of my in-depth analysis for sourcing suppliers. And I'm going to make another video on how I actually make investment decisions and analyze a product once I'm granted a price list from that supplier. So that's something to be on the lookout for. Thank you guys so much. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you next time.